has the fog light control. Let's see if I can get that popped off there. Yeah, there it goes. And wiper timer. No, that's not the wiper timer. That is the light brightness adjustment. And on that side it has that's the wiper adjustment on that side. Hazards. Oh yeah, that'll be nice to replace. The hazard switch hasn't worked correctly. Every time I would turn my hazards on, they would just stay on and they would never come back off. And on the back side, I guess, looks like I'll be plugging some stuff in various spots back here. Let's see if I can get better light on this. Yes. And the nice thing about this is it came with whatever this thing is. Come on. Came with a flasher. Here. What does that say? It's DOTSAE. Had some kind of sticker on here. Well, I can't get that off right now. All right, got that cleared off. It's 2 4x32 CP 12 volt, made in the USA, and with some other kinds of serial or part numbers on there. 5 connector relay. I assume this is what controls the signals and whatnot. Maybe it's the flasher, maybe it's everything. I don't know what this does. It's hard to find information on what exactly to replace, and I think this is the mysterious flasher people are talking about when they say their turn signal's going bad in their Jeep and what they're trying to replace. This thing was just right here, plugged into the assembly. And this one here, what do we got? Who knows where this came from? Well, I think we all know, but it doesn't say anything. Yeah, it doesn't have any of the markings or stamps or stickers or any of that good stuff. It's just a blank. And one weird thing about the two is it seems like this other one, compared to the original, the turn signal stock is off at a strange angle. It's like way steeper. I don't know. I'm gonna put it in and see how it works anyway, but yeah, this turn signal stock, it like wangs off way towards the driver. And of course this doesn't have the other side. It doesn't have the wiper controls. And on the back, looks like all the things plug into all the places. Yeah, same plugs and whatnot on that side. This one did not come with this little boot, little dust cover thing. So I guess I'd be expected to use the one I have. I don't know, it feels okay. The thing about these non-original parts, the reviews and everything, everybody said they'd go ahead and install it and it might solve the problem, at least temporarily, and then a few months or whatever later, it just stops working. And this one I bought used. It was returned by somebody who wasn't happy with it, so I bought it used. Can't help myself. I always buy the used thing if I can. So there might be already something wrong with this. I don't know. And then just comparing a couple different things between this knockoff part and the original part. Let me just clip this off here real quick. Tag is getting in the way. Oh yeah, by the way, this came from Baseline 4x4 recyclers. Seemed like a solid bunch. So we've got the original. All right, here's the original part. And the replica. Let me just compare a couple things here. First is the turn signal. Action itself. This feels just kind of loose. And then the turn signal action on the original part. And it still feels kind of loose in the stock a little bit, like some of these components are wiggling around. Maybe that's just normal. But the signal switching itself just feels like a little more solid, a little more well built. All right, not sure if I'll be able to get this to do what it's been doing. Just started up the Jeep, and usually it has no problem at all right when it starts up. Just generally after driving around for a minute, when it warms up a little bit, this turn signal will go from normal, and then once it cancels, it'll just flash super fast, always on the left. Sometimes lately I've been able to bonk it a little bit and get it to go. If I just knock on the steering column a little bit, sometimes it'll go. And then the hazard lights, they'll just never turn off. It'll just be a hazard forever, ever since anytime I touch this switch, it'll just be permanent hazard. Which is fine this time because I'm about to replace it, so. What? Keys are out of the ignition, everything's off, but it's still in hazard mode. When I first figured out these hazards were broken, I just duct taped this down and just left it duct taped for a while. And then eventually, if I screw around with it enough, it'll catch whatever it's supposed to catch on and stay shut or stay off. This time I'm just going to rip it out. All right, got this little top panel off, and there's my parts. Of course, got to get a different screwdriver for those screws. What is that, Torx? Awkward to do one-handed. I got these two screws out, but this thing doesn't want to come out of here, really. I think I got to remove the whole instrument panel cover as well, so I can get that out of there. Yeah, things are falling apart here, literally. One clip held on with electrical tape. Not sure who did that. This one, there's some electrical tape, but no clip. And the clip, it's still in the dash. Okay. By pulling down the steering column, I was able to wiggle this out just barely. But still, it can't go too far. The wiring harnesses are holding it in there. Now I have to unplug these somehow. They've been in there for 18 years, I guess, so they're not coming out without a fight. Little plastic tab broke off one of the wiring harness plugs. It's the problem working on an 18-year-old Jeep. Seems like all these little plastic parts are ready to snap if you just look at them wrong. That might help. Just took a couple of these little screws out of here, and the assembly basically splits in half. So there's two components, the wiper controls and the other controls for the turn signals and stuff. So taking this apart in half gives me a little bit better access to getting these plugs out, which is turning out to be quite a challenge. All right, there's the trick. This little red slider thing slides back, and then the plug comes out of, there's the little red clip on this side, just pops out, and then the plug can come out. Well, this is interesting. So here's the OEM part I ordered to replace this, which I just pulled out. And the OEM has all the right stuff on it. Sticker, stamps. What I just pulled out, the failing switch, it's just totally bare. And here's the knockoff replacement part I ordered. I'll be dipped. I think somebody must have replaced this turn signal previous to me with a non-original part. There's a little number here. What's over here? Huh. Well, I'll be dipped. Okay. This one I just took out of the Jeep because the turn signals weren't working properly and going into rapid blink mode. This I ordered knowing it was not original. And this replacement part I ordered knowing it was original. It came out of a 2004 Jeep Wrangler. And I'm trying to figure out how to tell the original from the not original, and there's obviously the stamps and the sticker, so that's for sure legit. And then looking a little closer, one thing I can see is this little switch has, well, it just looks like a good quality little part. There's a little tiny circle right there. And then in what I just took out, that part has a little circle right there. And the non-original part that I ordered also has a little circle right there. So just this little part looks like it was at least manufactured in the same way. So pretty sure what I just took out is also non-original. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but yeah, so failing non-original part, new non-original part, and original part. Given how much of a pain it was to get this out, I think I'll probably just go ahead and replace the whole thing with the original part I got, rather than mess around with putting in another non-original part, which, from everything I've heard and what I've experienced myself, this will probably just fail too. So, yeah, fix it once. Yeah, it's pretty obvious to tell non-original from original, but yeah, just in case, see if I can. The OEM replacement part has a hex fastener here and here, and the non-OEM has a Phillips head there, and a Phillips head here,